Now, why is that doing that? Hi, everyone. Something's flashing on my screen and I'm not sure why. Oh, maybe it's because that... Oh, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe Paul will be able to tell me... Oh, it's stopped doing it now. I think my clamp was on the button and it was flashing up. So I'm hoping you can hear me okay. I'm going to speak to you a bit while we all log on, and hopefully there'll be enough charge in my iPad and Paul will bring it up to me. But just recently, every time that I log on and do these lives, it doesn't give me any indication of who's here. Swipe left to reveal. There's just nothing. Nothing comes up at all. But it's... Ah! Yes! Hi, Lisa! Here we go. They're coming through. It's just on a go slow. There's Susan and Christine. Brilliant. Oh, good, Tracy. I'm glad. Oh, that makes me happy. I might not even need my iPad because it was on 2%. I thought, that's not going to last very long. So I bought a little pile of goodies here. Hi, Hazel. Good, brilliant. Got Kathleen and Jane and Zena. Ah, brilliant. Do you know what? I've had a really, really lovely day. I've just been pottering away doing some prep for my shows next Friday on Hobby Maker. So oh, thanks. 11%. That'll do me. That'll do me. Yes, so I've been doing some prep and I just got lost and I was having a whale of a time. So yeah, next Friday at 1 and 5 on Hobby Maker. And it's art by Marlene, which we have got on pre-order and we should have in, the fingers crossed. Yeah, we should have that in ready to go live on the website on the 11th. If not, it might be the next day. We're just one of these companies, we don't tend to do the pre-orders because it just gets really messy. And as much as we try and say, just put the pre-order on the order, when other items get added into the mix, it just gets a little bit, not confusing, but you have orders lying around and we're only a little shop, so it's really hard for us. So we would prefer to have the stock in store ready to ship. On the odd occasion we've done it, but it's like every time we do it, we're like, no, never doing that again. So, yeah. Brilliant. Okay. Right. I think, excuse me, I think I'm going to flip the camera. What other news did I have to tell you? I told you that. Okay. It'll come to me as we're going along. You're crafting as we speak with the bee collection. Fabulous. I hope you're having a lovely time with it. Did you just shout me? No, he didn't. Hi, Joan. Oh, I know what it was. Yes, you're right, Paul. In fact, I'm going to talk about that after. Remind me near the end, Paul. Okay, so today is all about the new collection. Well, it's not even a collection, really. The new pieces from Studio Light. And I have to say, they do it every time. And I'm just like, wow, these are just brilliant. And we've got some paper pads, we've got some masks, we've got some dies, we've got some stamps, and we've even got some MDF wooden stands, which are fabulous. So we're going to start off with Country Roads. Now, what I can say is this is a card making pad. So is this one. They do also do another pad. Ours are coming in next week. It'll be at the beginning. So it will be the same theme, Country Roads, but it'll have the pattern papers and the toppers and different bits and pieces. It'll be like a mixed paper pad. But what I can say about these is they're A4 pads. You get enough product in here to make 12 cards. 12. I had to count that out loud. And they're really simple, just to peel out a page. In the top right corner, you've got like a layout, and then you've got all of the elements which will just pop out. You'll have to excuse my hands today, they are plastered in ink. Pop out, and you can very quickly and easily make a beautiful card. All of us at some point or another need a card in a hurry, and I think these pads are brilliant for that. You're also going to come away with more than you need. So if there's like a little area like this, all of these are just extra pieces that you can then put your mark on each card. So that's the first one. And then again, always look up. Now I like to pop this one out and maybe stick it on the back of the card, because, you know, like when you buy a greetings card from a shop, you quite often have a picture on the back. But I love the way that you can take it straight from the pad and use it, or you can take it to another level and add your own take on it and cut into bits and layer them up. There's lots of options with these. Hi, Sheila. Now, many of you might know this, but on the 6th, tomorrow, yes. So Sheila is going to demonstrate for Studio Light as well. And she's got her first shows tomorrow. I'm just trying to think of the times. Something's telling me it's something and 8, might it be? Pop your times in, Sheila. What time you're on? And I know she'll be using some of these, well, probably all of these products. So you've got lots and lots of different designs going through here, and you've got lots of different choices. So they've packed the whole page out so you could choose which one, and then all of the extras you've got to keep for other cards as well. And I love the detail on these. They've got like a little staple across. Live your life in full bloom. Cherish the good moments together. Let your happiness bloom with flowers. This one's very countrified. Barn dance, live music dancing. So there's some I love the colour palette as well. It's really, really lovely. Yeah. So, and then these ones, you get 2 pages for 1 card. So that's your card blank, like a concertina. Then you've got your mats and layers that will go on top of there. And then you've got more mats that go on top of those. And you've got all of the different elements. I'm just going to look from... Let me come down a bit on there, just so that you can get that full. You've got your inspiration in that corner, but then all of those elements to build on top of. And even that little band at the bottom, you've still got lots of pop out. So everything just pops out so simply. There you go, 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. Don't be nervous, Sheila. You'll be fabulous. And then the same on this last one. You have got your like tag shaped card. And then you've got all of your mat and layers that go on top of there. So that is the first one. And it is called Country Roads. I'm keeping my eye. Oh, I've got 10% on my iPad now. This one is called Summer Celebrations. I suppose I should tell you the price, shouldn't I? They're $8.99 each, these are. And the other pads that are coming at the beginning of next week will probably be $9.99. They're usually £1 dearer. You'll get more sheets in there. Love these colours. Gorgeous colours. I love the little Polaroid with the sticky stuck-on tape there, the little bits of postcards and that. Some lovely detail, and just adding ink or getting your knife out and chopping into a bit and layering it up, I think just gives it that little bit more. But we all do need cards in a hurry sometimes. Got your surfboards. I think you've got male and female in here, definitely. I love the sandy effect on here with the little netting coming down. And your beach huts. You've got little sequins in the background. I mean, this is the type of thing, if you could just sit down and make all of these straight up. I've just moved my head really funny and I've gone dizzy. Oh, okay. Should be fine. We'll be fine. Let's carry on. Lots of sentiments on here. I love this little panelling going across there. When I saw that, when I flicked through just before I came upstairs, I thought, oh, that gives me an idea. And all of these layouts, you've always got them. Maybe you want to take all of these and stick them onto into a little notebook and keep them as layouts for cards in the future. Yes, Christine. Sheila is on Hobby Maker. You can't see it. Well, it's definitely tomorrow the 6th. Because I was going to do that one and then we swapped it because I've got the Marlene one. Yeah, look at these. Beautiful. Okay, so that is the 2 pads. And don't forget there'll be 2 more to come. I'm going to bring these in now because I think these are brilliant. So, these are, we've got an A5 and an A4 wooden stand for journals, canvases, your artwork. I'm going to start off with this one, and literally they just slide together. Of course, they're and the MDF, so you can just you can paint them. That just slides over there, and then you've got a really nice, sturdy stand. So if you have got, and this is going to be really hard to show you. Oh, how am I going to do that? Let me lift you up a bit. This might not work. Okay, so he fits on there really nice. There you go. So that's the A5 one, and this is quite a big frame that I've got on there. But you know, like if you do your journaling, or maybe it's for the kitchen, you've got a big recipe book. Let me just put that one back up there. Let's get a smaller one. See, it needs to be a little bit bigger than that. Let's get this one. See, that's perfect on there. And that is just over A5 in size. So yeah, it just fits perfectly. And you could use the same papers to decorate it if it was going to be a permanent fixture. But if you go to craft fairs, this sort of thing is brilliant. For me, when I go to telly, I can't remember which way I put that on now. Yep, just like that. Slide it out and then you can keep them flat. So you haven't got to glue them. They're sturdy with no glue. But maybe I've got a special sample that I want to display and I just pop that out and then it looks really beautiful. So that is your smaller size, and there's a little picture on the back with a little journal on. So the small one is, put that on the back, Hazel. Let's put it round that way. I do believe these have got money off them. So, no, that's not how I had it. There we go. I think they've got 10% off. So this is £8.09. And then this one is exactly the same but bigger. So you can put your bigger journals on there. And that one is £8.99. I would imagine instead of £9.99. So yes, like those a lot. Then we have got the next instalment of the Essentials collection, A7 stamp sets. So I'm just going to pop those, see if they're all in view for you. This. Right. And Paul's just popped a link on as well for new arrivals. Right, let's just move them so that I can get a clear view. All of these are available separately, but they are also available in a bundle. and the bundle is £26.95 and you get all 6 packets. So we'll look at one at a time. This one would work really well with the Country Roads pad because you've got all of your little farmyard animals. You've got the little kids. Oh, they are so cute. You've got rabbits. It's brilliant. Little billy goats. Gorgeous with a lovely inky background and then your silhouette stamps on. And then this one, we've got, this one's called Chickens. That one's called Farm Kids. This one's called Chickens. So you've got all your little chickens, you've got your chicken feed, and then the farmer. And then this one is called Air Balloon. So you've got some nice clouds, and you've got birds and the air balloon there. Again, I can just imagine these beautiful inky backgrounds. Do you know what? I'm going to take my glasses off because maybe that's what it is. Okay, and then... Oh, trouble is, I can't see what it is now. This one is called Grass. I love this. I don't need to say too much about it because you're already loving it and it's already selling very well. Singly, down to single figures. They're still available in the bundle, but not singly. Yeah, that's the grasses. And this one is called Dried Flowers. Again, it's one of those that is just going to look beautiful on an inky background. Love them. I love these bitty ones. They're almost a bit gypsophilia, but they're not. They're like them yellow flowered ones when you Has Wendy been to the pub again? In the meadows when you see the little yellowy ones. And then this one, look at this. I love this. This is called, every time I look, Swinging. Not that kind of swinging. Sorry. I love this edge here. I can see making a frame with that. And then having the swing coming down the centre. Absolutely beautiful. Love her. So they are the 6 Essentials A7 stamp sets. I think they're £4.99 separately or £26.95 as a bundle. Okay, so that is those. And then we have 2 new masks. Now these are A6 in size. I love this. This one is your floral pattern. Great to ink through or ink onto and do your print or emboss in your machine. It would look fabulous embossed. Now there might be a few of you just sitting there thinking, well, how do you emboss it? We'll come back to that and I'll show you how to emboss it once I've showed you everything. Then we have got the it's bad, isn't it, when you can't even read? I mean, it's self-explanatory, Hadel. It's called Cloud Background. I can see a blue inky piece of paper, popping this stencil on, and then with a slightly damp baby wipe, just pressing through to lift the colour out to give you the most beautiful effects. I mean, we could probably try that as well. So they are your 2 masks. I was just going to say, I'd love to tell you how much they are. £4.50, those ones. Brilliant. And then, last but not least, we have 2 die sets. So this one here is your oval frame. Now, you're getting 7 dies in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, hang on. Don't lie, Hazel. Let me get it right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, 6 dies. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 6. I don't know why I've counted that many times. 6 dies in there, which is amazing. You can really get some layer and dimension on there. I'm pleased they're on. You'll make me laugh again. These are on offer as well. £10.79 for an A6 die set. I think that is brilliant. could work for a lot of occasions, this one. Am I too high? I'm looking on the iPad and I now can only see the half bit. So yeah, a bargain at $10.79. Then we have got Echinacea. Now, what collection would this go absolutely fabulous with? I think it would go lovely with my Sweet Bee collection, Sweet Bee Memories. You've even got a bee on there as well. Everything is individual, but die cut it out, watercolour paint it would look amazing. Or do it as silhouettes, or in your coloured and patterned papers. I think that would look fabulous too. So they are the two dies. So first up, let's make something. Now what I have got to do is just find one thing. My rubber mat. So if you wanted to emboss your stencils and you're using a Pro Cut, in fact, okay, there's a couple of ways. Let's try this way first. You would have your 3mm plate at the bottom, then your rubber mat, then you would take your stencil, you'd have a bit of card. Let's, what colour card do I want? Let's have this bit. It's quite thick. So, I mean, you wouldn't think it'd be so hard for me to find a piece of card, would you? So I'm just chopping it down to size. I'm going to do 10.5 by 15 because I think that's A6. Yeah. So then I'm going to put my card down and I put my stencil on the top and then the top plate on, and then just run that through. Now when it goes through, the mat will squidge and pull out of the bottom of the machine. That's normal. So look, it's down here and it's come out the side. But when you get your result, how beautiful. It's like having an embossing folder. All of your masks you can do that with. And then if you want to get creative, you can ink this first before you put the, I went like that, didn't I? Yeah. So let's get a little bit of ink. Do you know what? I really love these kind of technique-y lives. If we cut that at 14.5 this time, and then go through here at 10.5, I can get two. You'd get 4 pieces from one sheet then. I've just flipped onto a different cardstock. This one is Super Smooth 300 GSM. So let's see what this looks like. I am going to ink this up with colour. It's going to print the flowers. So let's go for this nice pinky tone. Now, because I'm going on like this, you're going to see all of my strokes from the ink. So if you get a brayer, I won't be a minute. Which box are you in? Oh. Found one. Just brayer that over. That is just going to even out all of that ink. And then we're going to do the same. So I'm actually going to put that on top so that I can slide it off and flip it over. Okay, so we have got the 3mm plate, the rubber mat, the card, the stencil. Oh, Hazel. It's a bit static. There we go, run that through. And this will print it then. If you brayer over this one, with the ink that's left on your... Obviously we can cut that down slightly. How beautiful is that for a subtle background? It only needs like a little sentiment. Oh, brilliant, Kathleen. Oh, I just love that. Okay, let's have a look at this other one. And I can say now that you're going to get more than one print off of this. So this has got the beautiful, if I turn it over, you can see you've got all of that emboss. But this time, it's the reverse to this. So you can, you can use them in conjunction with each other. You could then go in and paint these. Oh, there's so many different ideas. And I think us as crafters, we forget these. There's techniques that have been out there for years and we just forget about them. But it's lovely when you suddenly remember or you see somebody doing something and it sparks off a bit of inspiration and you think, oh, wow, I could do with that. And I've got just the mask for it. Or maybe you're thinking, well, do you know what? I love that and I'm going to go and treat myself on Dragon's Papercraft. You could do that too. I'm just trying to clean this now with no water. So whenever I've got a mask or anything like that, I like to normally sandwich it between. I could have got a print off of that. Oh. Well, it's on my tissue now, look. I was just cleaning that up. Right, let's clean that up. And have a little look. This one hasn't got any sort of like intricate bits that are going to flap around, but I am normally very careful and I won't scrub, I'll more sandwich them. But yeah, I think that's a really handy little stencil, that one. Mask. Not that it matters, it's what you want it to be. I'll pop that one in there. Now, this one, let's grab ourselves. Now, I feel like I want to do media artist card on this. Yeah, and I'm going to, okay. Let's get a couple of blues. Come here. That's it. I'm trying not to spin my head backwards and forwards. So I'm just going to do like half of this and I'm just going to pop some ink down. Don't you just love that squeak? And it hasn't got to be perfect. Remember this, because skies are not perfect. But I'm just going to put the stencil over and strip this out with a baby wipe because I just felt, oh, that would look really brilliant. Now, you don't have to do the whole thing, but it would look like a cute little background if you did. But use your tape, your low tack tape, to mask off different areas. Say if you just wanted to do that cloud there, then of course you can. You can. Do you know what? Let's just do another bit over it. Say we've got that there and we just want to do this cloud. We can absolutely just mask. Now, normally, if I was at work, I'd be using my pink or my yellow or my green tape because you can see it. I do like the Crafts 2 low tack tape. Right, okay, so that's like that. Now I need to find a baby wipe. Come on, give us a clue. They're just going to be in front of me, and they smell of lavender. It's a big packet. How can I lose it? Ah, here it is. It's on the floor underneath the packet that I had to move. Right, so I would get a baby wipe. This is like straight new out of the packet. But then give it a really nice good squeeze. I'm over my bin now. Squeezing out the moisture. Oh, these smell divine. Doesn't have to be a baby wipe. And then we're just gonna press down and take out. Obviously, if you've got it too wet, when you pull this away, it might seep underneath. But that's going to give you that really nice wispy kind of cloud effect. And the longer that the water or the moisture is on there, the more you'll strip out. Let's just take this tape off. Come on. If we had it over here, like so, you could mist over there, or we could just tap through and do that kind of effect. Let's do a little bit of both. It could just be a piece of kitchen towel that's got a little bit of water on. Have a little look as I'm going, because I'm so impatient. I like it. Or, oh, don't move it. You could mist over, get the water on, and then use your just depends what you feel more comfortable with, but you get those beautiful wispy clouds. And again, this one can be, what can it be? Embossed. Me brains. I'm getting excited because he says we can have a chippy for tea. Right. There we go. That's that one. And it's called Cloud Background. I think this is one of them ones that you really didn't realise that you needed until you've seen it, and it's like, wow, actually that would be cool. And you've got little birds in there as well, which if you use one of your the precision blending tools, you can just pop those in black. They're really handy. They're in little sets of 3 on the website for $6.99. Right, that's that one. I've showed you how to do that. Let's get rid of the rubber mat. That's the cutting mat. Now I feel like I don't know why I always say that. I wonder if that lady's on the email with me. Mark's cooking steak. Oh, we had steak last week and the week before, and Paul always cooks ours. I'm not allowed near it. He said, should we have a week off from steak? He said, we can have gammon or go to the chip shop. And I just suddenly I thought, oh, a nice bit of fish. Fancy some fish. Right, I'm going to make one of these, but I'm going to make it hazel. I'm going to hazelify it. So which one shall I feel like I'm going to choose this one, because I love that little kind of film strippy bit. So I'm just going to pull it out. Okay, mushy pea, absolutely. Actually, right, no, Paul will have mushy peas, but I won't because I like tomato sauce with... I like fish with tomato sauce, unless it's scampi, and then I like it with tartar sauce. Right, let's just start and pop these out. I mean, I could probably make this card from start to finish in about 3 minutes. But we're going to change it up a bit. So there's my background. We've got that topper that's going to go across there. And I love the fact that you can't even go wrong with that because it's on the wonk, but you've got the edges to line up. I love that about that. Then we've got our little bottle. So I'm literally looking over here and seeing what bits they've used. We've got a little ice cream there. We've got another ice cream. We've got a lovely little starfish. And on this one, they've put XOXO, but we've got love, enjoy, you, sea, kiss, and summer. And I'm going to put summer, love, or I might even put enjoy summer. I don't know. All of these elements down here are extra, so I can add them if I want to. So I'm going to keep them to the side, and I need a card blank to put them onto. So that is actually dead on A6, but I want a little bit more room. So I'm going to make myself a 5x7 card blank with my trimmer. So I've got some A4 card. I'm going to cut that down to 10 inches. I know I always work in centimetres, but sometimes you need to flip it. And then by 7 inches. And then score it at 5 inches. There we go. A perfect card blank. Now let's just see if I can get that an equal. I might need to shave a little bit off because me being me, I have to have equal borders. So I'm taking it down to, I'm just going to eyeball it. No, I'm not, Hazel. Don't just eyeball it. Do it properly. Let's have a look at 6 3/4. I'm doing it. Right, just get that. Now I'm happy. Let's get my bone folder. Okay. So my first mat, I'm going to put a bit of ink around there, and I'm going to look at the colours that I've got. I'm definitely going to need to go for like a nice sepia dark brown. I think we'll go with walnut stain. And I'm just going to grab, what have I got? I've got brown. Look at my box of extra foams. I think I've got enough. Okay. Just give this a little bit around the edge, little kiss. And then I'm also just going to ink around these pieces too. It just takes away any white edges. Got enjoy. this might be for somebody that goes away to their caravan or something for the summer. You could send them a card to say, enjoy summer. I will be here in the rain and the cold. Not even salty. The smell of mushy pit. Oh, I'll tell you what, definitely the second time round, Kay. Oh, Hazel, behave yourself. Right, add in this nice walnut stain around the outside. And then I'm just going to grab my knife because I feel like I want to chop into this. Now I could, let's see if I can do it freehand. Okay, so wiggle that blade through and then just drag it down. And don't worry if you go a little bit wobbly. You can use a ruler, of course, but I'm going for the rustic look. That's why I chose brown. Right, that one. There we go. So I'm going to pop that out and then sepia that up. I think that totally changes that just by adding that little bit of ink and raising it, and that will be put on. I'll raise that on pads because I've got my super duper roll of 1,000 in my little pizza box that they're not in. I'm just going to stick these on there ready. I'm actually going to stick 3 on there, and then I'm going to do the next. But if you've always make sure that you've got that, the tip, and don't try and do it with a blunt knife because you won't get very far. Then that one, we might as well do this. Now, because I've taken the middle out of here, this is going to be weakened, so just be a little bit careful. I'm going to do this edge first. Especially on this side. And obviously be careful of your little fingers. There we go. So I'm going to keep them in the same order. And I'm also going to just add a little bit of ink. It's actually just trying to get these little edges. It's easier on the floor, on the mat. I love that. Cool. Okay. And then this is going to go onto here. Shall I stick that flat? I'm going to go for these fabulous strips. I think they're $1.99. You get the whole thing. But for something like this, is going to be perfect because I want to be able to frame this whole thing. So I'm just going to... of course, I should probably be cutting these, but do you know what? They rip all right. So I've used 2 so far. So probably need to use 3 strips to go all the way round. And I think, well, this is a shorter one that I've already got on the go. There you go. Look at that. Perfect. So that's going to be raised. Yes. I'm going to place that first. In fact, just going to look for a little bit of craft card. Yeah, that'll go on there. Will it go that way? No, I'm just going to stick this, layer this up. Just looking at me glue. Okay. So this one, I am just eyeing it. I don't usually, I would always measure this, but I'm going for a smaller border than I usually would. Yeah, that'll do. That will do. And then I'm going to go directly onto my card. Get my little border. And then we'll place this one in. You see, I've got two options here. I could, because this one's raised, and I could drop the pictures so that they're flat through the hole. That's one option, but I've already padded this one up, so I might have to double pad it. I'm going to have to double pad it because I've padded this up, but it's fine. So I'm just going to get these backs off. Nice and easy. And what we're all doing tomorrow is a little spot of gardening. Nice Sunday roast cooked by the other half, maybe. Mint sauce mixed with mushy... Oh, Susan Trage. Yes, Sue. I love a bit of mint sauce in me mushy peas. On me roast. Paul does. He has dry soaked peas. Have I got that the right way around? Oh, Hazel, don't. No, 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 no. Up there. Down there. Right. Done. In place. Right. Two little things. I haven't popped the ink around the edges of these. Just so that it all ties in. Okay. Now what we're going to need to do is double these. Obviously, if you're posting it, you might not want to double them. And then just arrange. And that way, if you wanted to, you could tuck things just slightly underneath the frame. Right, this one next. So, let's go for a cheat. Where's the flipping things? Here they are. I'm going to just slightly cheat on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I took all the backs off, and now I'm just double sticking. Okay. This is my second picture. And then last but not least, I like to put 3 lots on because you don't want a saggy middle. I've got enough of that with the one I've got. Right, let's just pop this last one in. Okay. Right then. Enjoy. Oh, Hazel. Yeah, you see, you'll laugh at me because I do straight lines a lot of the time, and that's on the wonk, so I can't have too much wonky on one card. So this can go into this corner. No, I don't know. Oh, it's too late. I've committed. Probably committed too quick to that, but never mind. We've got our little bottle and our starfish, which on the little picture, see, we could have that going across there. Let's just grab a little bit of this foam tape, just to poke under the side of our bottle. There we go. We've got a starfish, which we could even just poke in there. We've got our ice creams. Which we've got, let's just pop a little bit of glue on there. And then this one up onto the top of the other one. And there we've got a let's just finish that. Little bit of glue under there. A quick and easy card, but we're just taking, can someone get me a bucket? It's not that bad, Kay. Not the, what, for the card? No, I know you're talking about the mushy peas. Really effective chopping those little pieces out of the middle there. So yeah, they can be super quick and easy if that's what you want, or you can just play around with them and add your own stamp to them. So I am going to flip you around. Try not to look up. And say, oh, thank you very much for joining me. And enjoy the rest of your weekend. I hope you like the new stuff. We used one from Summer Celebrations, but you have got the country road as well. And yeah, it's all on the website. Now look out next week, because Wednesday, brand new. Doing it now, Paulie. Brand new collection from myself with Julie Hickey Designs, and we have got, yeah, I'll tell you on Wednesday. I nearly said, well, we've got. There will be more words. I will love my fish and chip shop. Thank you, Sally. Over on Julie Hickey Designs at 9 o'clock, she launches. At 9:30, I'll be on to show all my concepts and different bits and pieces. And then at 7 o'clock in the evening, I will be on to get creative and make something. So and that will all be on Julie Hickey Designs. My regular live of a Thursday at 2 o'clock will be from the shop, and I will be using my new designs, my new bits as well. So if you're not already a member of Julie Hickey Designs, pop on over there and, you don't need to be a member, it's a page. If you like Julie Hickey Designs, you'll get the notifications through. So thanks for joining me. Have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you on Wednesday.